Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of a CEO's Guide to Your Startup Journey. Vikas, the CEO of Crayon Software Experts, will highlight tips and time tested tactics to navigate through difficult decisions for a startup in its growth phase. Welcome, Vikas. Thank you for being here with us today. So, now that we have the talent management part of it sorted, let's come to customer experience.
Yeah,
As cliched as it sounds, customer is king, and it's extremely important for startups which are constantly in the scale, in their scale up phase. I mean, it's not possible without customers. So how can they improve customer experience?
uh, uh, it has to run to the DNA of the organization, right? You can't say, for me, customer is everything, and you don't back it up with what's happening within the organization. So your actions, your strategy, your internal measurements, your communication, everything has to reflect the fact that a customer is your king, right? Otherwise, then you're not in sync with what you are trying to do and what you are wanting to achieve and what you're trying to do, right? So it needs to flow to the DNA. I think in one of the earlier episodes, I also advocated very strongly that the first thing that you must do is try and invest in a customer success team or a customer experience team. And the objective of the team is very simple. Just as soon as you acquire a customer, stay in touch with the customer. If needed, take periodic feedback, do surveys to see what's really going right. What is it that we need to work on? Are you liking our products? Are there any changes in the products or our services? Are you happy with the manpower that's been, that's at your disposal, or do you want to change it? Are there more functional roles that you want so that we can support you? What's your aspiration and how can we be a larger part of your aspiration? I think, and again, that investment, just as much as we do in people, is what we need to do in our customer. And the customer needs to see that, because the customers are also becoming more demanding today, and because they are also under pressure. They are working in an overcrowded market, and they have to reinvent and they have to transform and they have to show results, and they don't have many people to help them. It's the partners who are going to help them. So they have a certain level of expectation from partners like the startups who work with them. So you work with them and you continuously say, what are the various things that we are doing to do from a customer experience standpoint? Have advocacy events, take their feedback, have a lot of in-person engagement. I think that's important. Whilst we will talk about automation and we'll talk about the various things that are unveiling today as part of digitalization that is happening across the globe. Eventually, it's a person who sells to a person. The social aspect of business is never going to die. Okay, so have events where you are face to face with the customer, exchanging ideas, building strong relationship. At the end of the day, strong relationships are a very, very important parameter of having good customer experience things, um, and have a omni-channel customer experience play. Uh, Reach out to them across the various channels that you have, and make sure that you are imparting the same level of experience to every channel that they are in touch with you, because today customers also require that level of flexibility and the omni-channel interactions with you.
That's great, Vikas. I mean, I can understand that some things about customer experience, will never change. They always need that personal touch to, stay with you, to read, to continue with you. However, customer experience also has a dynamic side to it, which is ever evolving. So according to you, what are some of the biggest trends that we can expect when it comes to customer experience?
One, I already said, this whole omni-channel thing, customers are extremely demanding. They want everything like now, like yesterday. First of all, they have become much more aware. They have information at their disposal. Okay, they are well read. Okay, of course, when you talk about digital transformation, it's slightly more complex than that. But the technology leaders today are far more aware than they were in the past, because the information and the plethora of information that is available is so high. So everything has to be like at the click of a button right now, right? So building automation in how you are interacting with them becomes important. They don't have to wait for something. So chatbots is a great example. If there is no physical person to attend to them, a chatbot, we see that, right? It's more a consumer play, but that can also happen in a very B2B environment. So if somebody is not available, either through a chatbot or through somebody who is like a virtual assistant who can cater to his request at that point in time, is something that all of us will have to look into. Nobody has the time to wait today. Okay, if you're not there, somebody else is already waiting. So that opportunity is lost forever. It's never going to come back, and we see that today. We see it day in and day out, right? So we use technology to grab whatever opportunity you're getting in the marketplace. Use data as a valuable vector, correct? In whatever tool you use, there are n number of CRM tools available in the market. You can capture all customer information, all your engagements, interaction, everything can be captured, insights can be derived, actions can be planned. And I think it is important that you look at data so that you are able to understand what you have been doing with the customer, what has been successful, what does the customer want to do, and what are the tweaks, if needed, that you need to do in your strategy to make that customer interaction successful. As also, you will start working, and because data has become so critical, and with newer technologies coming, we talk about 5G, there's 10 years, there will be 6G. There's going to be data exposure, and data is going to be critical to create any kind of value proposition for customers. Because you are using their customer data, customers are going to be very wary. How are you going to mask their data? Are you following all the data privacy norms? Are you compliant with all the regulations? Are you aware of all the regulations in the first place? Okay, that becomes critical. And so an understanding of that and making sure that you are following all the data privacy norms will definitely become another very, very important vector as you go along. And the one very important one is, in the yesteryears, customers wanted an end-to-end solution. Today also a customer wants an end-to-end solution. In the yesteryears, there could be companies who would come and say, I can provide an end-to-end solution. In today's time, it is difficult for any one company to say, I can give you an end-to-end solution. So that's not going to happen. But the customer still needs to be happy. So the ability of as a startup to co-create and collaborate with other partners. It could be another startup, it could be a large corporation, it could be a data center, it could be any solution provider. I think that becomes critical. Collaborating in the world that is going to come is going to be a massive differentiator, in my opinion. Okay, if you are going to be there out there thinking that I can do everything to influence customer experience on my own, it may not necessarily be true. This is a very cooperative world. You need to network, you need to collaborate, and that's going to be another massive difference that's going to happen in the world that's going to impact customer experience.
That was great to know, Vikas, and thank you so much for taking time out and talking to us. I'm sure our audience will appreciate everything that you had to say. We appreciate everything that you had to say. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
I do hope that something that I've spoke is of value to somebody out there. I think the purpose would have been solved.
I have no doubt about that. It will definitely be of value. Thank you so much, Vikas.
Thank you, Supriya.
Thank you.